Two homers and a realist. It is the Auburn game. Jackson Arnold's coming to town. The Sooners have a lot in front of them right here, a lot of momentum riding on this game. I'm Steve.
I'm Connor.
Jay.
Lucas.
I'm pretty excited, and I'm talking to a lot of people who are excited, a lot of OU fans that are not coming out of the woodwork exactly, but they're coming out of the pessimism woodwork to say they are pretty optimistic about what's going on, which makes me actually a little fearful. We had an injury report that came out tonight, so we'll talk about that. That may dampen our mood just a little bit, but I don't know. I'm getting really, really excited and optimistic. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think being able to do what we did against Temple after a big win against Michigan, we talked about it last week. It's what we all wanted to see. It's what we're not used to seeing, I think, is going out and just taking control of a game against a much lesser opponent right from the get-go, especially coming after a big win. Some teams in the past would have that hangover effect. Big talk last week was, how is this team going to handle success? Now you get into a little bit of a different conversation of how do we handle success on top of some adversity with some injuries, some key injuries, some key losses. And I'm excited to see kind of, again, it's another challenge. Opening SEC play is no joke, as we all know. So you need to start off on the right foot in this league. And how exciting is it to do it against, the prodigal son that we thought Jackson Arnold would be? So excited. There are a little nerves for me, I think, going into this game. Feels very similar to Michigan. I think it's a game we should win. However, I think, Jay, you said it at dinner. Jackson Arnold comes in here and has a Trevor Knight type of appearance in Norman and kind of just has his way and has this very singular moment as a great quarterback. Something like that could hurt, but at the same time, I don't think our defense or our team is in a position to really give much ground in that area. So
It really sucked last year when Josh Heupel came in and beat us, and then Shane Beamer came in and beat us. And, they had that little bit of extra motivation. Beamer left on good terms. Obviously, Josh didn't. But from everything we've heard, it sounds like, it was just time for Jackson to move on. He put his name in the portal before we hired Arbuckle. Arbuckle said yesterday that he had one conversation with Arnold, but didn't seem like it was going to go anywhere. And obviously, Arbuckle was pretty sure he's going to bring material with him. But I don't know how much ill will he holds towards OU, other than they kind of put him in a bad position with the offensive coordinator hire. The rest of it was just offensive line was atrocious. A lot of it was injury last year. He had no wide receivers whatsoever. He wasn't put in a place to succeed, but I still don't think he made the best with what he did have. Outside the Alabama game when they decided just to running.
right.
He showed arm talent. I mean, we watched him in high school. The Arizona game, we thought he had all the tools, other than, he had a couple interceptions, but the ball control, like fumbling too easy, interceptions, not seeing linebackers and underneath coverage,
Or being conservative and not throwing guys open.
Yeah, it just seemed like last year he failed pretty much all aspects outside of a couple games here and there. And from what Auburn has done with him, from what I've seen this year, it looks like they're trying to run the Bama plan every game.
It doesn't feel a lot different from what he did.
Because he's not throwing
Yeah.
a bunch. And I've even seen a little bit of talk about the receivers are pretty disappointed because they have a couple receivers that are
They're
considered
dudes.
draft picks.
Yep.
And they're really not happy with not getting the ball. And that'll be interesting to see if our defense is as locked down as we think it is, if we see some discontent on the sidelines, like overflowing. I'd love to see that.
That'd be great to know that we can disrupt that much for sure. He definitely was disappointing last year. Really tough to know how much that is a kid that just didn't get any guidance. He was young. He's still young. He was young in his college career, but he never showed progression. He never showed immaturity, but he never showed composure. He really got more and more flustered as the season went on.
Well, he doesn't look like a guy that's going to go and lead a football team, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he just felt like kind of a piece of the puzzle. He wasn't the bigger picture that I feel like it's a 180 from what we see with Natir, right? Like in terms
Yeah.
of a guy that that's a guy I want to go follow if I'm on that team, right? Like I take my cues from him.
And you trust that he's
Yeah.
gonna do, like when he rolls out and he's throwing on the run pass, which is just phenomenal when he does these things, right? The one that he had last week when he
Jump pass
off the wrong foot,
The play
sprint,
against
and he just
Michigan.
fires it
Yeah.
right into the right spot.
Yeah.
But you just feel like he's taking the right risk, and that wasn't definitely what we saw kind of out of the last couple of years. I don't think Dylan Gabriel took the right risk at the
Completely
right time.
agree.
He didn't know how to do that. He didn't know how to throw a guy open. He definitely didn't know how to throw the ball deep downfield vertical and stretch a defense. So all of that said, I think there's a lot of reason beyond just the weakness potentially at quarterback at Auburn to have a lot of optimism. Are you optimistic, Jay?
Oh, cautiously, but my biggest fear for this game is that Jackson Arnold has a Trevor Knight versus Alabama moment,
Right.
and it's just for this one night. He looks incredible. It all comes together. It all works out, and then he craps down his pants the rest of the season.
Well, I think the only way that really can happen is with us contributing to it, and
lackluster from our part.
yeah, and with their offensive coordinator coming up with just a brilliant game plan.
Well,
So
I
if
guess
they
it's
can-
not. I guess it's not just him performing exceptionally well. I fear that some of our pieces that are banged up hurt us more than it should.
Yeah.
R. Mason missing a half affects us more than we thought was going to affect us. The corners and safeties not being tested yet. Maybe we're not as dominant of a defense as we think we are because we haven't seen it yet. Now, after Saturday, I could be on the complete other side of the, fence on that one and ready to just claim us, just pencil us in for the natty. But I don't know. Those are my concerns.
And I think that's where a lot of people are at, right? Like the Michigan narrative, I think we can all agree here. That's a very good team, regardless of, a freshman QB. But at the same time, that's kind of what everybody's leaning back on. It's like, all right, OU won a game. I think we all said that we should have won that game. However, the narrative still has this context of, well, Bryce Underwood, they didn't open up the game plan and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And he's a freshman quarterback versus what I think is the case is I think we were just that much of a lockdown defense where I don't think they had an option to go and open up a game plan.
They scored 63 last week.
Yeah. And he didn't have any time against us. One thing I like about this week is despite R. Mason Thomas being out in the first half and Marvin Jones Jr. being on the questionable list, at least from what I remember, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like a lot of Jackson's run game was off of like delayed QB draws that went through the middle of the defensive line.
I feel like that.
And
too.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't think that would be a problem.
You're going to have to be really, really, really good up front to move the guys that we have out of the way to create a lane where he's just going to get 15 to 20 yards.
Yeah.
As a matter of
There.
fact, I'll be surprised to see what we actually want to do with our ends. Maybe you all just want to stay home. You want Jackson Arnold to just
beat you
sit
with
in the pocket and pick us apart.
Right. I kind of look at it to start with, how does Auburn win this football game? Well, they're going to have to scheme up something that happens to coordinate really well with us scheming badly on defense. So if those two things can come together, then they can make an average to below average offense look good against a very, very good, perhaps elite defense. And that's hard to do. And then we could contribute with our own mistakes on offense, right? So there's lots of ways we can lose this football game. But as far as what you do defensively, I think you might spy him from both sides and you just alternate who's coming after him and the other guy's staying home and everybody else is holding ground and you say, beat us with your arm. And you just wait for really sacks that are developed in the defensive backfield, coverage sacks, because he doesn't have a guy he can find, or you're actually daring him to put the ball in the air. I mean, against our defense, you might want him to put the ball in the air 45 times because that's going to be a lot of interceptions potentially.
Oh, yeah. I think if Jackson Arnold throws it 40, 45 times, you got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
That means they can't run in
I
general.
mean, you've also got,
That means a running back's not doing
Kendall
it.
Daniels can go after the quarterback. I mean, he's shown that. We
Yes.
haven't been afraid. Peyton Bowen's come on a couple blitzes, like 1 or 2 per game. And we saw him be rattled last year like crazy. So it's one of those things where I feel like if we can get a couple touchdowns before the first half ends and make them chase us, I just don't see them coming back on us. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's not the most composed quarterback.
Oh, no, that'd be a couple of quick early scores
Yeah.
would almost certainly put
Yeah,
Auburn
if it's 10-0, 14-0 at the end of the first quarter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to make them one dimensional, and that forces the one dimension they don't want to do, which is throw the ball.
I would say
That's everything you
my
want.
defensive concern is selling out to keep them from running at all costs. And an Arnold just throwing 50-50 balls to very good wide
Getting
receivers.
beat,
Right.
man.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Right? Our guys haven't really had to do
True.
much of that. And so it'll be interesting to see how much of that we do.
Mhm.
How much do we keep our safeties back? Because against Michigan, our safeties were up. They were like, bring it,
Yeah.
throw it all you.
Yeah, 8 in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we do that, their receivers are good enough. They're going to win some of those battles. It's just going to happen.
And he can sling the ball downfield.
Just
He's
enough
got
to
the
throw it.
arm.
Now, again, from last year, he seemed to overthrow every single
Yeah.
go ball or 50-50 ball. He never threw him the right way.
Yeah, he played it really safe. Like
Right.
he played it where if my guy's not going to get it, they're sure as hell not going
But
to
his
get it.
timing was
either.
crap. He just couldn't.
Which I
time.
mean, again, maybe I'm just trying to hedge my bets, but he didn't have time last year. This is a better offensive line that he's working with. Like you give him a second and a half more to sit there and get a little bit more of an accurate
Yeah.
ball that may pose a little bit more of a threat. But overall, I mean, Jackson Arnold doesn't look like that much of a different quarterback than the one that left OU.
How much stock y'all put in ball security? We know there's issues there with guys on our team that are probably going to want to beat him up because not like, oh, we hate this guy.
No.
But like, he left us. We're going to show him.
I think it's worse than he left us. I like your
as
question. I
far
want
as
to
like
answer it.
maybe Kip
but-
Lewis and
No, I
the
think,
guys that kept waiting for him to take that step
Yeah.
last year and he never did.
yeah, I think it's worse than
and
that.
those
I
guys,
think they're mad.
those guys are going to be like, hey,
They're
let's
probably
show
mad because
Let him down.
he's part of what let
Yeah.
him down
Yeah.
and made them work harder
Put
than
him on
they
the
had to
field a lot.
do and made our record as bad as it was.
Yep.
And if they really like Venables and everything that's going on, he helped contribute to jeopardizing all of that
Yep.
for them.
They'll take it.
So I bet there's genuine anger there.
Yeah.
How much I put a lot of stock.
I
in
mean, I think those guys, not that they're going to hurt him,
no,
but knocking the ball loose, I can
they've
see
seen it and
Yeah.
they've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Well, and even you look at it, I mean,
And he wore a blue jersey in practice for 2 seasons. You never get to tee off on that guy, and now you
right,
do.
get to.
It's kind of like, I've been waiting for this day. Let's do it.
Yep.
Well, and you get to a point where it's, I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Well, while you're thinking of that, related to this, thinking about the R. Mason Thomas situation where he's not going to be able to play for the first half. With as much depth as we have, that doesn't worry me as much as it would in other situations, and especially at that position. And I really delight in the idea of a guy like him coming in for the second half, fresh as can be.
Which would make a 2-score lead going into halftime feel. I mean, imagine going to that locker room if you're Auburn
Yeah,
and you're like, crap, we're down 10 or 14 points, and we've got arguably one of the best defensive ends in the league who's going to be rushing on fresh legs
Yep.
to start the third quarter.
and if they can win the if they win the opening toss, they defer. We get the ball, go down and score. We stop them. We get another score. Let's say it's 14-0 at halftime, and they get the ball, and Thomas is in, and it's shutdown time, and it's 3 and out. That could be ball game right there.
I mean, do you think that they're obviously Marvin Jones Jr. is on the questionable list? So you've got Taylor Wine, you've got PJ, Okoye seems like he's going to be ready for this game. Is there any defense where we run 3 down linemen and a end? So maybe you got Stone, Jackson, and Williams, and then PJ, let's say, and PJ is just the guys going for quarterback, and maybe Kendall Daniels is coming from a cheetah, and the other 3 guys are just holding the line.
Well, and if there's a game to
And
do it,
letting
it
the other
might be
guys
this
go.
one,
Right.
right? Like,
right, because
drop people back into coverage, and if you're getting pressure with 3, which I think we can, or 4,
Oh,
with
that's
someone else,
luxury.
and you're dropping 7 or 8,
going to have to run, and then
Have
the
fun.
linebackers just get to have a field day.
yeah,
Yeah.
have fun.
Like I mean, I think 3 down linemen in a rush end against a quarterback that's prone to run, not a speedster, but just looking for his
Mhm.
spots, that might, you might be taking up all 5 offensive linemen with, the 3 down guys, and then the edge rusher can just kind of
Oh, that
do
would
whatever he
be
wants.
that would be delightful. If we're able to pull that off, then it's our ball game for sure.
I mean, it's not like Stone's grown, but I wouldn't think he couldn't at least play edge a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure he can play end. Yeah.
So, I mean, Jackson's not, Dominic Williams isn't, but I think Stone could maybe flare out a little bit and kind of play contained to the edge. You know what I mean?
Well,
Grayson Holton.
Grayson Holton.
Quick enough to play.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that this all alludes to is the fact that Brent is going to bring a defense that has not been shown yet. So, and that's a defense and a scheme that Jackson Arnold has not.
Well, that's what I was
been
about
able
to say.
prepare
It's
for.
like imagine what we thought our defense was last year, which we thought it was pretty good to very good. Jackson saw that in practice, and
Couldn't
again,
do
a lot of
anything.
time at the twos, didn't do much. This defense, in my opinion, is 2 or 3 steps ahead of that in
Yeah.
terms of aggression, physicality, what we have up front,
And the unknown.
and
He's going to dial up stuff
and it's
that
just
he's
gonna be
never
like,
seen.
yeah, like,
And you've still got Joe John's on staff, who was offensive coordinator for the last 4 games or whatever,
Mhm.
5 games.
Yep.
And Brent, they know Jackson's weaknesses.
Right.
So they know he maybe doesn't see the linebacker, fakes the blitz and drops back in coverage. And they know that 60% of the time Jackson doesn't see that guy on a crossing route. And then you've got Kip taking it to the house again.
Yeah, you
I mean,
might see.
they're gonna know every little thing because, like I said, it's not like he's completely changed who he is.
Right.
So maybe they've got just enough insight from the last 2 years
I think with
that
this,
they're gonna attack blind spots in his game.
I think you're right. And I think that what this might do is look a lot like the Arizona game, where you see him with blind spots throwing to a defensive back. Like, what were you looking at, man? Because
The very
if we
first play
know
of the
where
game,
those
wasn't it?
are, yeah,
It
then
was the second play of the
it's
game.
something like that. Yeah.
He threw to a linebacker, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
How do you not see that?
Yeah,
So that very well could be as well, that you know how to sink a guy into the right position, that at the very least it disrupts the play completely and maybe results in a turnover, which we need. We need turnovers. We haven't had turnover yet.
5 turnovers on our side and none collected.
Yeah, be a great
So
week for that.
on offense, looking at the injury report as well, some things that stand out. I guess this is a little bit of clarity, a little bit. Jaden Ott is not injured. He's not even on the probable list. He's not on the weakest of the 3 different measures.
He's not on the kickoffs either.
So
well, I mean, you guys heard the statements this week, I assume.
yeah.
Right. I mean, I sensed you guys like
Mhm.
you have someone like John Mateer, who's a team first guy, at least in the public eye, come out and say, he hasn't built a relationship with all of us yet, which I assume, I mean, it sounded personal to me.
That's pretty damning.
And there's a little backtrack directly after that where he says, and it's not his fault, like, it's not on him. He
He
came
got
in the
here late.
summer,
Yeah.
yada yada. It's like, man, that's an indictment.
And Brent saying, when everything lines up and
I'd love to really get
in
it
his
going.
head and like on the field, it's going to be really good, blah, blah, blah.
You might just have a limit. Like it might
Yeah.
just be a limit
Yep.
of a player.
And it may be a combination of the guy got hurt. He's worried about trying to get a pro career. He's gun shy because of an injury,
And he's still collecting a
and he's
paycheck.
still collecting a good paycheck, and so he's sort of fat and happy, which is
sucks.
a negative
If that's
in the
the case.
realm of how payments are made today. That, and you get this in the NFL even. It's not like that system's perfect either, but you don't really get to be punitive, or you don't get to have a pay for play where it's performance based, and you can, at least as far as I know, and you got to get creative in your structure, and we got to get to a different norm if they're going to even accept that. But that's reasonable to say, like, we're not going to continue to pay you in week 9 for the guy that we thought we were getting week 0. We need
You should
some
get prorate.
proof,
Yeah,
man.
it needs to
Yeah,
be
it's got to be prorated.
Prorate the production.
So that's frustrating if that's the case. And I don't want to indict the kid. I don't know.
What was he on the depth chart today? Was he third?
Third. He
Third.
was an or.
So was it Blaylock,
Or
Barnes,
Robinson
or Ott?
that's
Pretty
everything.
damning.
Now, he also probably is dealing with a position coach who's a real hard ass, and probably to a fault. And so there's probably a clash of styles there. Again, you got to adapt. Both sides have to adapt to that. But on this one, as far as I know, with the evidence I see, which is not a lot, and that's with the benefit of the doubt going against him, I'm going to take the coach's position. I'm gonna side with DeMarco. I almost said
Yeah, I mean, you look at the products that are in front of him, right? You got Blaylock, who looks like the most intentional runner on the team. Obviously young, needs some work. You've got Barnes, who is incredible in pass block, remarkably physical, sometimes to a fault, where he takes on hits that he shouldn't necessarily take on instead of taking a hole. But that's
including
probably,
running into his own player.
that's probably why he's not RB1 right now. But I mean, we're a fourth of the way through the season at this point, and you've made no impact at all. If anything, you've made a negative impact. You have a mistake on a kickoff where you cost us 15 yards because you can't catch a ball.
Yeah.
And you have negative 3 yards against that the first game, Illinois State? So I mean, you've got some ground to make up.
Yeah, the Temple game, he got in there. We had backup linemen in. We were just trying to run, so it wasn't like, Temple knew that you're just trying to run clock, so you really can't do a whole lot.
But at this point, you have to make an exceptional effort to make the most out of any time you touch the field. Because until you do that, you're not going to play.
Yeah, I just wonder if he's not used to that. I wonder if he just has an adjustment.
He's just been the guy, and it's like, it doesn't matter what I do, I'm going to be out there.
Yes.
Well,
or did he come here?
Welcome to the SEC.
Did he get paid? Did he come here and just like, I'm going to be the guy. Like they paid me to come here.
Well, that's what we all thought, right?
No, but I mean, like,
there was no doubt. But yeah,
that's not the mindset you can have.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So I wonder.
It's disappointing.
You would think you would figure that out though in about a week.
You would think so.
Of camp. You know what I'm saying?
You would think so.
Like,
so,
it's a little different.
Like you say, a fourth of the way into the season. So we've had one, which you don't usually get or don't always get in the first 3 games, one of your better tests. And now 4 games in, you've got 2 of your better tests. So that's your opportunity if you get any carries. And then Kent State, you got to be out there begging to say, hey, look, I want my chance. Give me my chance. I'm not saying make me a starter, but give me the ball with a
15 times
with a lineup of guys I can work with to let me show you what I can do.
Well, and you got 2 weeks of practice to work your ass off.
Yeah, you do.
Show that you need to be out there.
And so you got to really work and prove it. And this is a coaching staff that's prove it. They're never going to just hand it to you.
Right.
So I don't know if it's got an attitude. If he's got an attitude problem,
it's concerning.
It may never rectify.
Well, he can't hit 100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just sucks more now.
He's probably like the second highest paid player.
Yeah, that's what I said. It sucks more now because it's fiscal
squad, but
it happens in the NFL.
It does.
It does. And it's something for them as a coaching staff to figure out how to deal with it. But it's tough. You got locker room issues and all kinds of stuff.
John Mateer's saying that?
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
That might be last
it's a lot more
ditch effort to get through to this kid. That almost could be a concerted effort to say
he got
time to publicly speak.
He got piled on by his head coach and the leader of this football team.
Yep.
So
Arbuckle
to an extent.
And kids will take that one way or the other. Right. It'll either.
Yeah, maybe he responds great. Maybe he responds really strongly. I don't know. But what's difficult for him is he's got a lot of competition or a decent amount of competition.
Good competition.
Real good competition.
But it's his money year too. That's what's surprising to me that if that's what's the problem, just his effort and mindset, that's just really unfortunate on his part.
It is. It really is.
Because I know a lot of scouts and GMs and stuff were very excited about his sophomore season, coming into his junior year to go to the pros. He was injured. He comes here. He gets to show what he can do in the SEC. It's a lot of money he could make.
And guess what?
By proving his season.
He's not going to get a flyer.
He hasn't played an SEC team yet.
He's going to be an unsigned free agent and trying to make a team.
Just based off.
What happens if he just quits now and redshirts? What if he goes, if I'm a 4-string guy,
I don't know if he has a red shirt.
Yeah, I may not.
Yeah, look it up. I don't know.
I may use it last year when he got hurt. I don't know.
So I thought he played enough last year that he didn't. But yeah, that's a thought. Either way, especially if he has a red shirt and he waits to transfer and go somewhere else.
If he did a red shirt and just said, I'm not ready. I'm not back healthy as I want on the right mindset, and he's back here next year. Okay.
Kennedy Brooks.
Oh, I meant he red shirts and transfers.
Yeah.
But if he wants to do that, Yeah,
If he redshirts, transfers, takes our money, I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
yeah, that,
And that's,
well, it also speaks to character,
Yeah.
which they care about in the NFL. So,
Yeah.
and you'd think we would have done some relative vetting in that sense in terms of,
you can't always
but you
know.
can't predict
You
it.
can't always
It
know.
can be fronted.
It's difficult. That's one of the things that's tough in this world of going out and trying to scrape guys from lower programs. You don't know what you're getting in terms of quality, because that could be a guy who excels against lower quality and he can't actually do it against the tough teams and the high quality, but also in terms of attitude. And when he gets that paycheck, it could change everything. And it's hard to know.
Maybe this injury is like when Maverick lost Goose and he was a head case for a while
Okay.
and he could never get his crap together.
All
But
right.
then when everything was on the line and he
Okay.
had to go shoot some MIGs down with Iceman,
Yep.
he came into his own.
Who's Iceman in this? Mateer?
SRP.
Iceman's the SEC. Well, Iceman is the
Iceman's
OU
on our
offense
side.
against Russia /
Okay.
SEC.
Okay. All right.
I think
Unnamed enemy power.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting analogy, and or metaphor, maybe. Metaphor?
That's on my top 100 list.
I do think, to your point though,
Everybody.
I think all it will take is one big play, and I think you might see a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you can get him,
Confidence
Like a
wise and
60-yard
everything.
swing pass or
yeah,
something.
exactly. I
Yeah,
don't even think
God,
it's
that's
gonna.
what this guy's
It's
doing.
not even gonna come
No,
off.
anything in the-
I think it'll come off
yeah.
a
No,
reception.
Anything in the open, anything that doesn't
Yeah.
make him find the hole in between a patchwork
Right.
offensive line.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe,
We're not patchwork at this.
maybe
point.
that's
No, but
advice.
he's getting into
This game-
the
Yeah,
patchwork
Yeah.
offense.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the advice to the coaching staff is if you want to help this kid along, and everybody's different. Everybody responds to different styles of coaching. I'm a negative feedback guy. If you want to get the best out of me, I'm like Michael
Tell me I
Jordan.
suck.
Tell me I suck.
Yep.
Some people need the positive reinforcement. They need it. So that may be what he needs, and give it. And it could be just for his confidence to say, "Look, buddy, you still got it. Don't worry. You can fly. You're not going to get hurt." And he's like, the momentum, the snowball, and all of a sudden you get Ott back. That would be fantastic all around. Obviously,
I mean,
anybody else?
Why did Rodney Anderson not take off till like Kansas State game that year? Was he hurt? Was he coming off injury? Was he?
I don't
was he still
remember.
recovering
I don't
from the
Anderson was always
Tennessee-
coming off injury.
But I don't remember an injury then.
No, but was he coming off the Tennessee game from the year before? It just
Oh,
really
it
kicked-
was. It's
Yeah.
right.
The special teams play.
Yeah,
that's
and-
right.
Well, on that, and you had Abdul Adams in the mix, who everybody thought was going to be
Who
decent.
was fast and
He
talented.
was fast, but he couldn't carry the football and hold on to it.
Oh, is that important?
A little bit.
Which ironically, he didn't have that many. Looking back, it's kind of funny. It was like
It was like
two or-
4. Yeah.
But I know, but it wasn't like
No. Yeah.
just ridiculous that this
Yeah.
guy just can't hold on. To
Well,
it.
in the 70s
That's
and
when we were
80s, that would have been like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4? You
Yeah.
kidding?
Billy Sims was fumbling 4 times a game.
Yeah, literally.
But I think a lot of that we were pretty spoiled with those offenses as well,
Yeah.
where it's like if we're not scoring a touchdown,
Quit
and
getting rid of
that's
the ball. So
that's
we can
also
score.
when the
Yeah.
defense started taking a turn downwards, where it was
Mhm.
like if we turn the ball over,
We can't.
right,
We can't do anything.
Yeah, we might be in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
So I hope it's like that. I mean, but Rodney did not have the talent in front of him, at least seemingly, that I think Ott currently does.
to surpass.
Correct. Like I think it's going to take some work. I think Barnes has a lot of street cred with DeMarco and the coaching staff in terms of what he does when the ball is not in his hands. And I think Blaylock is just like, this freshman gets it, like let him go.
Blaylock's
Let him
pretty-
run.
Blaylock's pretty dang good.
Blaylock's a player.
Yeah.
It's
He's
fun
just
to
a
watch,
player.
dude.
He's fun to watch.
he's-
He's got it. He's got that.
He doesn't look like a
edge.
freshman.
No.
He does not look
He
like a
does
freshman.
not look like. He looks like a JUCO transfer who has been tearing it up and just it's really impressive. It's really awesome. Anybody else on offense that gives you any concerns with the injury report or
Yeah,
anything else?
the offensive line.
Oh yeah, there's that.
What?
I
We have
mean,
people
it seems
hurt?
like we have one guy that can play center who got rolled up at the Temple game in Micah. I don't know who the third string or who the second string in this game will be because
It's
Everett's out for
Hollenbeck.
the season.
Hollenbeck, according to
It was our
depth
fourth
chart.
grade. Yeah.
Yeah, who's our fourth string?
No, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's who's listed as
Okay,
second string.
Maybe they've got Ozeta or something practicing snaps or
Either way, then you're. I mean, oh, the Robin.
Well,
Peter,
apparently-
K. Paul offensive line.
Apparently, Fabecchi's like your emergency backup.
yeah.
Then-
yeah, he's our third string center.
But guess what? He also got rolled up in
Yeah.
the Temple game, and his looked worse than Michaela. And I don't know if we're gonna see him.
Where's he listed?
Like what position?
No, where's he listed in terms of questionable?
He was
He's
on,
question-
he was
he's
questionable.
questionable. Yeah, he's not doubtful.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, like the stuff I've seen, I mean, Scoop put out some really good content in terms of, an analysis. They said like if Abechi needs to go, he's gonna go. Right. And they don't know, like
They need to go.
I think you need to
Yeah, I
go
don't
at
know.
least.
Hey,
Yeah, 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks before Texas.
Surely he's got to be.
Or
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Three technically.
And
You
I
need
think
to go.
you're gonna know pretty quickly if he's not good to go.
Right.
And at that point, you need to have a contingency ready and executable very fast. Which easier said than done, right? I mean,
Well, the
not
reason
like
I'm not
depth
hitting
is
panic on this
massive.
is we do have depth and we have had good play relative to what we've seen recently, especially last year. And we've got a quarterback who can deal with it, and we've got an offensive coordinator who can deal with it. I feel like both of those guys are going to be able to adapt to the situation. I think Arbuckle in particular, he's used to dealing with tough draws in terms of his offensive line. So he should be able to dial something up to know what he needs to do. This could be a game where you just keep serve after you got your lead. So figure out a way to do it now.
I mean, if you got to keep rolling Mateer out, I mean, it seems like he throws best on the
Yeah.
run.
out of the pocket, right?
Yeah.
So if
Which is disruptive.
if you got to make sure, if you're protecting, if you just gang up on the right side
Mhm.
and you're just rolling him to the right constantly,
Yeah.
you're also opening up
Yeah.
throwing lanes because he's had a couple balls batted down.
Yeah.
So if he's rolling outside the pocket, throwing some, those quick, 6-yard passes or whatever, you can move the ball down the
And
field.
how
with a couple
frustrating
6-yard
is that?
passes.
There's two things there that you can do that could just be entirely frustrating to a defense. One is he can run. And so you just dial up a lot of drawn runs. You just say, this play looks like a pass and it's a pass. This exact same play looks like that same play, but it's a run. I don't care what you see. And then the other thing is your outlet with Kanik. And so if Kanik is over there, just being Kanik, the defensive backfield will have a really hard time figuring out what exactly to do if you're doing that effectively. They don't coming up, the linebackers have to be in a certain position, opens them up to a reverse. We've run the jet sweep really well.
Lot pass a lot.
There's a lot of stuff we can
And Mateer
do.
ran 17 times against Michigan because that was a game that we were like, we have to move the ball. And so if you take that same perspective in this game and you think, well, if we can get out to a good lead and force Auburn to have to throw the ball to catch up, we can run Mateer in the first half and try to get 14, 21 points or whatever. And if the defense is on lockdown again, if it's 14-0 or 21-3 or whatever,
Mhm.
you
Serve,
feel
like
good.
Steve said.
You don't have to run Mateer as much in the
Right.
second half. And maybe he gets
slow the
maybe
game.
he has 8 to 10 runs in the first half just because you're trying to jump out to a lead.
Right. And think about it. So if Babeshi doesn't play, you're more than likely going to play Boj.
Okay.
Could potentially have two
Two
freshmen on your offensive line for your SEC opener, which again speaks to the talent that we brought in. Speaks to a little bit of concern around the front end depth.
And a transfer in Michaela and a transfer in Simmons.
Right.
So,
But I mean,
you're looking at guys that really haven't had time to gel.
right. So I mean, it'll be interesting, and I mean, I think it'll speak a lot. It'll give Bill a lot of credit in terms of what he's doing if it works out, and you can show the talent that's there and
Mhm.
have relatively similar quality across the board. But to your point, I mean, I think there's no way that Arbuckle is not sitting in there with Kevin Wilson and Joe John and those other guys saying, hey, if this line starts breaking down, this is plan B and here's what we're going to run with.
Right.
Because you're going to know pretty quickly. Like Auburn's defensive front, I'm imagining is going to be relatively similar, if not on par with the Michigan front that we saw.
So what is one thing that we haven't seen yet in 3 games of the season? This isn't the trivia of the week, but I think you guys will
Deep pass?
offensively, deep pass. We have not
Deep pass over the seam.
we have not really
Any-
stretched
yeah.
vertical. I mean, we've stretched down the
Kanik
sideline
a couple
a
times.
little bit,
Yeah.
Kanik a little. It's just we haven't seen that really deep
We
threat.
haven't seen a deep pass that's resulted. I mean, we're so used to seeing, at least in OU's
Sure.
past, deep
One
passes
even
that
an
go for
attempt.
touchdowns.
I mean, there's been barely an attempt
Right.
at it, right?
I don't know if I can even think of it.
But are we not getting,
40
like,
yards.
to that point, are we not getting behind the defense? I can't remember where I'm saying
Well,
someone getting behind the
They're
the
playing.
secondary.
They've been
We've already
playing
thrown-
too deep.
And we've thrown over, was it like 20 plus yards 11 times, and we only did it 4 times the whole last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're like 20
Well, I wouldn't
plus,
even-
but you're talking 40.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
You're talking bombs.
Bombs
They're
from
playing a
midfield.
shell.
Exactly. But they're
Everyone's
playing a shell on us. And so I understand why they're not doing, I'm not criticizing. I'm just wondering if this is the game where we get to roll it out, or if this is the game where we at least stretch that defense and get them thinking about something. And when you talk about rolling out and changing the pocket, moving everything to the side, that could open up something down this. It's almost a trick play when you've got a guy moving downfield deep and Mateer just lets it rip.
I feel like the longest pass was Mateer getting out of the
Pocket
sack and hitting
against
Cedena.
Sabania.
Yeah,
That's
I
gotta be
think
the
it
longest
was.
pass play through the air.
right through the air. Not
Oh,
including the fact
the
that
one
one been
to Canning.
further.
Third down, yeah, the very first drive, third down to Canning
Yeah,
was
the
like 35
30
yards.
something yards. Yeah, that was a
In the
pretty good
air?
play.
I think so.
I don't think it was that far in the air.
Canning didn't get many yards after
Yeah,
contact.
remember those
it,
guys
got hit.
collapsed on him.
Yeah.
He caught it and got hit at the same time. It was like a 37-yard gain.
Yeah, and so not
So it was
much.
At least a 30-yard.
Not much. Not much. Not 60. Not,
Yeah,
So
and it is beneficial. It
I
looks
like
like
to see that.
Lewis was in concussion protocol in the second half of the Temple game.
Yeah.
He's probable.
He's probable. So that's one of your major weapons so far this season, especially down the sideline. And then Burks, we haven't let Burks just go crazy.
And
We're
Bonnie
honestly-
Gibson is no good.
Where's Cedena?
Giovanni's doubtful.
Yeah.
I think Giovanni's first game's going to be against Texas. I really do.
I think he
Or
plays
can't-
Kent State.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why,
If you
though?
can save him and
He's going to
get
completely
reps,
rusty.
and let it
Yeah.
roll out. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
know.
mean, you let him play like 3 series the first
Yeah.
half, and then you sit
you
him.
sit
You're like,
him.
okay,
That's fair.
see what he,
Give him some
we
runs.
see what he
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to your point, I mean, I feel like we're running Burks on a lot of stuff just over the middle. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't
underneath,
feel feel very vertical with him.
Right.
Well, he's
Yeah.
doing the pop pass stuff too.
Who does it feel vertical with though? Like it may just not be our offense anymore.
Yep.
Truly.
No, I don't think.
No, I don't think that's the case.
I think we're doing.
I mean,
Smart-
you have a Hollywood Brown or a Westbrook.
Satania.
or-
I think
Satania's
Satania
pretty
is.
damn fast.
I
don't think he's
Luka's
Hollywood
pretty
down.
fast.
Lewis just feels big.
I
and
think we're just
converted.
taking.
Weird.
I think we're just taking what the defense is giving.
I think so too.
which I'm happy with.
Right.
Like we talked about
Oh, it's
last week,
genius.
the complimentary football, even against Temple, was we weren't throwing the bombs down the field because we wanted to have, 7 play, 80-yard touchdown
Well,
drives.
they were having shell
And-
coverage too. Cause
I'm never going to complain about taking 4 minutes off the clock on 7 or 8 plays, scoring a touchdown, letting your defense rest.
And I've got to see some better. We've got to see some better throws from John in those situations. So in my opinion,
His
Yeah.
passing percentage isn't amazing.
I
yeah,
mean,
I think the
He's under
lesser
60, I think.
Mm,
the
I think
lesser
it's like 58% or something like
the
that.
lesser teams are gonna want to. Let's not get the doors blown off of us, right? Let's just
Right.
leave everything in front of us. Let's just try and make tackles, try and have them make a mistake. But when you start playing equals,
Yeah.
right? They're not gonna. Your fans will go insane. You let someone pick you apart 8-yard button hooks at a time.
Well, I tell you what, if we are able to
Right.
do that, then you're looking at that cannot be a strategy
Right.
that
So
works.
the deep balls will come
Mhm.
from them trying to get more pressure, them trying
Exactly.
to man up more,
Yep.
them bringing a safety up.
I'm
Something
trying to take John Mateer's run out of the game
Because-
and try to simplify the game there.
I mean, I
They
really,
got to sacrifice something.
I really want to see a
We're still mad.
stop and go pump fake and just make the defense bite because you're always throwing those little 8 and 10-yard
They
out
could be
routes.
setting that up as
And you
well.
do like an out and up, and he does one pump fake, makes the corner and goes, and it's a 50-yard touchdown.
I mean, we're still mad 11, 12 years later at letting Baylor nickel and dime its way down the field.
Right.
Yep.
All right. And with the talent that we
We're pulling
have
Mike Stoops.
Yeah. I
at,
mean,
at receiver,
you just
that'll be
can't-
lethal. You cannot let
well,
that happen.
there was a couple times last week too where Satania got the ball between 5 and 15 yards and was breaking away down the field and just got caught, but on some sort of side, like the dude's got a
Had the
chance to
angle.
be explosive.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we've got guys like that. I think Lewis is a guy that can just go up and make plays. Like I think he can be in the right spots. I cannot wait to see what Giovanni Gibson is. I don't know what type of depth he's going to add.
I'm so excited too.
Like
The
it's-
way they talk about him.
I know, and it doesn't even sound like it. It sounds like it's a thing where it's like, man, we got a lot of really good guys, and then we have Giovanni Gibson.
Yeah, a pro.
Like it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm missing here because I'm really happy with the talent we have. It's
Yeah.
getting the job done.
he looks physically like
Like,
I
he looks incredible.
I can't think of a receiver in 25 years that looks the way that
I mean, is he like Malcolm Kelly looking?
Oh no, he's
like a freaking
he's like
tank.
Terrell Owen.
He looks like a freaking tank.
Yes. I had never actually seen him at this point in time. This is a couple months ago, and someone posted a picture.
Yeah.
And
You
I
said you
sent it
shared
out
that. Yeah.
because that was the first time I had actually seen him. I was like, this is the receiver that we're talking about. This dude is I don't know, like he looks like a monster safety or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
He does look like a beast.
He looks like a safety
Yes.
playing freaking wide receiver.
Or
Yeah.
like a linebacker.
Like a
I
cheetah,
couldn't
like a-
believe
yeah.
Like a
how
Kendall
big
like a Kendall Daniels
Yeah.
playing wide
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
It's pretty
And
awesome.
Kendall Daniels is stacked.
Well, before we get to where all this is leading, which is a lot of different predictions and things like that, I've got a hypothetical for you guys, and you're gonna love this. So this is
I've got one question too before we move on.
all right, good. So don't forget it.
I got it.
All right,
Train of
so
thoughts there.
all right, so I'm
Been
gonna
on my
make sure I
mind all
get
day.
this right.
Derailed.
So this came up a little bit in discussion with a friend. So looking out at the landscape of the potential playoff, which we are definitely in the hunt for the potential playoff spot. Notre Dame has put themselves behind the 8 ball. It looks like the Big Ten has a good way to get 4 teams in. The SEC probably 4 teams. So you're looking at a situation where if you're picking your moments, you can't beggar can't be chooser, and you got to be careful about what it is. But let's say hypothetically that OU is 10-2 at the end of this season. Which of these two things would you rather have be the case? Flat out, you are not the team because of tiebreakers or whatever in the SEC title. You're sitting out the SEC title. You're basically guaranteed a spot in the playoff. In fact, you're going to host a college football playoff game. So host the game. Don't have to play in the SEC title.
So
Or-
you're 5 through 8 then?
Huh?
You're in the 5
Yeah,
through
you're
8
in the
slot.
5 through 8
Okay.
slot. Or you do make the SEC title, which means you have a chance to win. However, you're 10-2, and whoever else is there, let's say it's Georgia, I don't know, they're 12-0. They are not looking like it's a tough game. So yeah, you have a chance to win, but you also have a chance to get beat up, and you have to play another football game that doesn't change anything much except for maybe your seeding. And you only maybe, if you lose, get to host the college football playoff. Which would you rather do?
But in both scenarios, you're in the playoff.
Yes, in both scenarios, you're in the playoff.
Give me the SEC championship game.
What do you guys think?
I want to win the league.
I agree. I like winning conference titles.
I would say only give me the SEC championship game because we're new to the conference and it would be great to have that crown so early. But 5 years from now, 7 years from now, if we've won 1 or 2 or something like that, skip the game.
Then you're in
Yeah, but
Ohio
if it's like-
State's position from
skip the
last
game.
year.
But in this hypothetical, you still may lose the SEC title game.
Right,
So then you say you go 10-3, and now say you're number 9,
right.
and you're not getting the home game.
Yeah.
So you just lost probably a super tough game against a Georgia or whoever.
Got
And
beat
you-
up.
And you're
Got
not,
beat up.
But you
and-
lost against the 1 seed.
And you have to go on the road.
You lost against the 1
yeah,
seed.
you
in the
might not go
playoff.
anywhere.
You lost against the 1 seed, which is going to be the
You still
toughest
might be
the
a-
toughest game
Maybe.
that anyone will play.
Maybe,
Still might
maybe,
be a
but you're
5-3.
10-3.
You're 10-3.
So the risk is you slip away and you don't get to host.
I really want to host the playoff game.
I know.
I
It's
really,
tough.
I
I think that's
really,
a pretty
really,
good trade-off.
really want to host the playoff.
I don't know exactly what the right
I
answer
think you can
is.
just flip a coin on that one.
Yeah.
honestly.
It's really close, isn't it?
It is really.
I
Cool.
mean, I really want
Now-
the SEC
now-
title.
now
I
the-
want to play
the
in
thing
it and
is,
try
here's
to do it new to
here's-
the league, but
here's the
I
deal,
don't
though.
know.
The win no longer gives you the bye.
Right.
So beating Georgia at 11
still
and 2
might
does not
just be
mean you're
hosting.
1 through 4.
Exactly. You might be
Yeah.
number 5.
Yeah.
Right, but that's
you're
another
gonna
piece of
host if you
hardware.
win at 11-2, or you're gonna be in the top 4. I bet at
You
11-2.
You could, but it's in the hypothetical. It's
It's
not
not
guaranteed. I mean,
guaranteed.
I don't think it would be guaranteed.
Man, that's really really tough because
I think if you
because
sweeten the deal,
you're still looking at the ultimate goal is a national championship,
right?
right? You bring up a great point.
There are
You could get beat up in the SEC.
there are
championship
sub
game.
goals though.
Physically, and you could just outright get the doors blown off.
And there's less time in between because in the old days,
Yeah,
the first Saturday in December or whatever is your conference championship.
and then
And then more likely you're
5
not playing
weeks,
until
4
January
weeks,
1st
yeah,
or whatever.
right?
Now you're playing before Christmas.
Give
Yeah.
me the
For the
former.
playoff game.
Give me the former. Give me the former. The goal is the national championship. I want to host a playoff game. I want the rest.
I think it would be incredible though
That's
to,
where I lean
to
to.
win the conference in the second season.
It'd be super cool. Now none of
And
that
But
doesn't
it's
matter.
not nearly as
and
important
beneficial.
anymore. It's not nearly as important.
I still think it's important.
Georgia won the
To show-
SEC championship last year. No one, which again, I know they've won a lot, but
Right.
like, even if Texas would have won it last
But
year
to
and done what
show-
they did, nobody
Well, here's
cares.
the way it would
To
help.
show that you can come into this
Yep.
league and you do compete in the SEC and you win the SEC in Oklahoma. This isn't too
Recruiting.
big.
Well,
for
because
But you're still
remember,
competing in the SEC. If you finish 10-2,
you
and there's a
are.
12-0 Georgia
However,
and another 10-2 team.
I think you have to think about from
And
the
the
recruiting
right
standpoint.
and everybody
The fact
nationally
that
just
I'm not guaranteeing you a national title, obviously. I'm guaranteeing you a playoff either way. So you have that story and that narrative. This is also the additional, we won the SEC, which is probably very impactful now. The diminishing returns for Georgia are very different. It's very impactful right now to be able to say that, because when we're looking back in retrospect and we've lost in the second round, we're like, God, I wish we at least had an SEC title to go with this thing. So I don't know. I think you sit out. I think if you make me choose, I say sit out and let me host.
Because I
but-
would lose my mind. Like, talk
But
about
that's
it.
also because
Talk
where
about
we
a game
are.
I never remember. OU hosts the playoff
Now,
game.
Ask me, no, ask me when we're 12-0, how silly that choice is.
Yeah.
Because if we are 10-2, I'm thinking, okay, we've overachieved to become 10-2. And so I don't anticipate that we are actually we're not the top 2, top 4 type of team this year.
You have to back your way into it.
I want to wait another year where we're going to be that. So I need every advantage to in a future year. I hope to be in the position where bring it on. You want to make us play a 15th game, be out of nowhere? We'll do it. I don't care. But I'm worried about the wear and tear of an extra game in this season right now.
a
don't
10
disagree
and
with
a 10-2 with our schedule. You might be the top 5 team in the country.
And yeah, you're not
Already.
gonna have anybody in the SEC saying, "Oh, you can't compete in the SEC."
No.
If you just went
Yeah.
6-2 in the league.
No, if anything,
They'll
against-
embrace you.
Against the teams that we played.
if anything, at 10-2 and you miss the SEC championship, it might be more of a blessing than anything. You might just be saying, man, like, that could not have worked out any better. Like, Georgia wins out on their side. Let's say one of our 2 losses, which God forbid, is Texas,
Don't say it.
and they figure it out. But I mean, I don't know. It's not, I mean, I don't want to go get beat. I would much rather have a chance at the national championship hosting a playoff game
Yeah.
than risk what could happen in that SEC
And
championship.
sit out, watching film, getting healthy.
Because think you
You know,
could go
so-
play a freaking if you're the 5 through 8, you could get like a Utah or a Texas Tech in the first round
Mm-hmm.
or a South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up, dude.
Statistically speaking, what's really interesting or would be cool historically, if we did make it through the schedule that way and won the SEC, made it into the playoffs, win a game or 2, you're talking about a team that might have 11, 12 ranked victories in a single season, which there's
Yeah.
no way that's happening.
I was gonna bring that up the
No
other
way
day.
that happened.
For anyone.
For anyone, ever.
We
Yeah.
may play one unranked team the rest of the season.
Right.
Holistically, if you make the championship or if you
Currently on the schedule, that's how it is.
but if you make the
Yeah.
national championship, you were going to play 8, 9, 10,
12.
12. A
12.
total of 12, 12
ranked.
no, 13 with Michigan.
Yeah.
13.
No, there's
13.
only 8. There's only 8 conference games. Oh, 9 for the SEC.
Yeah, and you could potentially play 4
Yeah.
playoff games.
13.
And also you might be playing one of the top 5 teams in FCS,
FCS. That make
who
the
you know
playoffs
is in
there.
the top half probably, or
Well,
top.
Illinois State,
2/3
if
of
we go all the
FCS.
way and Illinois State wins the national championship for the
absolutely.
FCS,
We get to
it
claim
would
that
be the
one, too.
best season ever.
Yeah, no, it would be just historically incredible.
I know we're speaking of hypotheticals, but what's fun to speak about right now, like it's possible.
It's there, yeah.
It's
How
not
about that?
the dream isn't
Pump the
lost.
brakes, guys.
It's
No,
possible though.
Speaking of that, though, pump the brakes now versus 2021, when we were not only 3-0, we would go 9-0. So compare how we felt about that versus how we feel about
We were just
this,
waiting for
right?
them to shoot a drop in that season.
I know. That's
Same
what I'm
with
saying.
last year though.
That's what I'm saying. We got to 9-0. Now I know the schedule was very different, but we were legitimate talking about it then. We're legitimate talking about it now.
Connor, what was your question?
What do you got?
So
Probably forgotten.
it's directed towards the realist. Had a lot of conversations this offseason coming into this year about offensive coordinator. What's your overall take on Ben Arbuckle? You were undecided. You wanted to see it before you.
Are we
believe
gonna
it.
call this segment cross-examination? I like
Maybe.
this.
I mean, I still think we gotta, I still
Just
think
gonna
I'm wait and see. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not saying that's
I
unreasonable.
mean, if we beat Auburn, beat Kent State, beat Texas,
That'll be
and
your.
we're scoring in the 30s every game, then I'd say it's a success, offensively. Because I'm just looking for complimentary football. Now, me and Jay had a bet of top 40, I think it was.
Yes,
In college
top
football.
40 on
Was it points scored?
yards.
Or was
I
it
think it's yards per game.
Yards per game.
yards per game?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd still have to see at the end of the season where that put us. I mean, but
I wanted to use
scoring in
the
the
other
30s
metric.
with our defense keeping teams under 20 for the most part, I'd say you'd have to say that it was a success.
And you can't not feel better right now.
I was
than
gonna
what you
I was
thought
gonna ask
you
that,
would.
right?
Right? Like you can't not feel better now than you felt going into the Illinois State game.
We've got some
No, I feel the same because
the
You
same.
feel the same.
I had us beating when I did my 8-4 schedule. I had us 5-0 going.
I'm
into
just
Texas,
talking about
so
offensive
nothing's
performance.
changed.
like, how
I'm just
you
talking about
feel
offensive
about what it
performance.
looks
How do you
like.
feel it?
I mean, we scored 35 against Illinois
You
State. guys.
gotta feel
We
better.
scored 24 against Michigan.
So you're saying that
But
on
but
August
like, we're not
20
blowing
on
teams.
August 29th, you feel the same about this offense as you do right here on
I
September
do.
15th?
Yeah,
Or what is today? 15th?
I don't think we've
16,
exceeded my expectations on offense
15.
currently.
17.
This is how
Whatever.
this is pretty much how I saw it going. The defense was going to do everything they could. I'm actually more disappointed in
No.
how many turnovers we have in the first 3 games. We have 5 turnovers in the first 3 games,
One of them's
I
on
mean-
special teams.
right?
So
Mateer's
mean,
got 3
come on.
interceptions.
2 of those were not his fault.
yeah, two clearly not his fault.
The throw last week was bad. I'll give you that. They got a guy hurt.
Yeah,
And I think
I
he's
think that should have been a fumble. I don't think that should have been an interception. because he
Yeah,
caught the
and
ball
maybe
and-
a personal foul
yeah.
that
It
doesn't
could've been
starts it
technical.
over.
even with that. But
But-
So
I'm not any more enthused about my expectations on offense currently.
ladies and gentlemen,
Well, no,
the realist.
I
He's the realist.
I could buy that if we weren't understanding how positive you were on Arbuckle.
I mean, we
Okay?
scored less points.
Maybe you were more positive on Arbuckle than I
We
realized.
scored less points in the Illinois State game than we all guessed. And Mateer had to play the entire game. Michigan, I think I had, you'd have to look at the scores again. I think I had us with 27 and we scored 24. So we underperformed in Michigan.
Oh,
I had us scoring exactly
You can't
42.
underperform.
I had exactly
It beat
42
your expectations.
against Temple. That was correct. So I'd say my expectations are in line with what I thought going into the season.
It's an interesting way to break down an analysis. When
And-
I asked the question, I'm not
And
criticizing.
we
you,
haven't
but
seen
right.
Jay not do anything.
That's fair.
Javante Gibson, who did get hurt before the season started, but we're hoping to have him back
Okay.
in a week or two.
All right.
If he comes back and he's the
Giovanni.
amazing
Yeah,
receiver,
Giovanni. Yeah.
Sorry. You always correct me on names. I gotta
What'd I say?
Javante.
okay,
Come on.
Giovanni
Chill out,
Gibson.
bro.
So if he comes back and he's like amazing, like everybody says he's going to be,
Yeah.
and then maybe Ott starts going,
Okay.
then I might be like, okay, the offense looks better than I
Okay.
thought.
Okay.
But how much is
but
it coordinated versus offensive play? Like, my question is about Arbuckle. Like, are you saying that the play that is being produced on the field?
Offensive creativity, he's not Lincoln Riley.
Correct.
I haven't seen
Nobody
the
is.
innovativeness in the offense.
Well, Lincoln wasn't up to this point either.
Yeah, it's 3 games
It's a
into
really
this
good
thing.
point.
Come on.
It's a
Yeah.
really good point.
But I haven't seen just amazing innovation in the offense.
Baker had
We're
to
running
do
a lot of like
incredible things in that
bubble
testing game.
screens,
Right.
On his own.
pop passes,
Right.
jet sweeps, short passes. Now being able to use a tight end has been
Okay.
that's been above and beyond what I thought.
Yes.
Canick is a very impressive compared to what we thought going into the season, other than
Right.
Jay having him win the Heisman.
And to
slash
get
Mackey.
that out
So
of
that has
who's
been an
not a tight end is
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
that's been the bright side.
So it is. So maybe better question: is Joe John Finley saving his job right now?
Yeah. Oh,
Turning a
definitely.
linebacker
Panic
into
is-
a
It's crazy.
Panic is saving.
Panic
Joe
is saving Joe John's job. Absolutely.
I mean, you got to credit.
There's
Joe
2 things about that I would question a little bit. One, receiver. We had a lot of question marks at receiver. And aside from the fact that Gibson is not playing, you have to be impressed with what they've done at receiver across the board.
So Tanya looks really good.
Lewis looks really good.
Burks still hasn't reached where we thought he was.
Burks looks good. Burks looks really good.
Still don't think he's the guy we thought we were getting from Purdue.
I don't
Because
know.
he like led the
He's
Pac-10
really
in
good.
something in receiving.
Well, what do you have to do? Have take it catches away from the other guys?
I do. I don't disagree with that. I mean,
And the
I think
run game has been a massive disappointment.
everything that we thought that Burks
Massive.
was going to be,
Somewhat disappointing.
we thought Burks was going to be taking the top off of defenses. But that said, defenses are playing differently against us.
Yeah, and
than what they were
that's the other
playing
point I
against
was going to
Purdue.
make. We're 3 games in. You really expected to see a bunch of innovation? Like, what if we see the innovation come for
Well,
the rest of the
then
season?
that's the question he can ask me in 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, I guess, but what?
But
so-
but currently, I'm at the same point that I was.
We
going
haven't
into
had
the
to
season,
do
which
any of
was
that
the
stuff.
question.
We haven't had to do any of that stuff.
Well, that's still what I thought. I
And
thought
it hasn't felt difficult.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
In the
what I'll
past,
say.
it's felt the past
Ugh.
3 years.
So are you telling me the run game has not been disappointing?
No,
Even
I'm not
under
saying
Lincoln
that. I'm
Riley,
not
it
saying-
felt difficult.
Yeah, I'm
with
not saying
Spencer
that.
Rattler
Right.
and with Caleb Williams, it felt difficult.
I'm not saying that I'm not like very critical of the run game. I am. Like inside run, I don't like being Oklahoma and not being able to have an inside run game. It's crazy.
Against an Illinois State and a
It's-
Temple.
or anybody for
Like
the past
Michigan, totally
for
understand.
the past year
They got big
plus.
boys up front that won national championship 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
wasn't expecting a massive run.
but it's
game
the same
against
thing
Michigan.
last year.
But the other 2 games,
That's more of a DeMarco issue than it is in a Bill issue.
200-yard rushers against Illinois State
If I was trying to convince you
and a 150-yard rusher against Temple.
to be more optimistic about Arbuckle so far, I would probably point to I can't really think of any plays yet that I was like, why are we calling that? That would be one. Number 2 is I think we're calling plays that are appropriate for the
Taking what the defense
situation, the distance, what the defense is doing. He's obviously knows way better when to run the clock, when not to run the clock, when a hurry up should be. Those would be
as well.
But that was
Those
my
would be-
expectation coming into the season.
right. But I'm saying, yeah,
Okay.
that would be my.
That's why my answer is what.
I respect you holding us to a standard. I really do, honestly. Like, I'm impressed. He is fulfilling my expectations, and my expectations were high. You're saying we're not gonna. I like that. We need to be really, really good. He needs to be really, really good.
Are you more positive or sorry, are you but that expectation that you have, just to be clear, it's more positive than what you would have had exiting the season had we not gotten Arbuckle, right? Like you have optimistic expectations of what Arbuckle and the offense are currently.
Yeah, there's still a lot of room to improve. Like the ceiling is still up there. We haven't come even
Has your
close.
ceiling moved up?
Mine has.
Honestly, as
Mine
much love as Mateer is getting nationally, I've been a little. This sounds terrible.
No, I
everybody's like Mateer's incredible.
I don't disagree with you.
I think Mateer hasn't had an A game yet.
Yes.
I don't
I-
disagree
correct.
with you.
I'm
Correct.
honestly shocked by
Correct.
his passing. Did you look at his passing
I'm
percentage?
sorry.
I honestly am a little shocked with. I mean, I thought he'd be like a 65, 67% guy,
Right.
especially when you're not throwing it downfield a bunch.
Well,
I think
and the
he's-
misses.
He's got to be $60.
I don't think he
The
is.
misses. So I'm
It's the
not
misses.
going to call the Canic
It's
play
the
a miss. I think that actually, I mean, that's off by inches. But when you talk about hitting a guy in the helmet, you talk about missing a guy just really short.
Air the ball.
Got to get some air on the ball in the right positions. Getting a few balls batted down.
He's made some wow plays.
He-
What
made some-
do you think his percentage
Absolutely.
was?
58.
Anybody other? Any guesses?
62.6.
Yeah, I'd say 64.
67.6.
You prove me wrong.
That surprises me.
He's 71 of 105 for 944 total yards.
total yards. That's running too. Just passing.
Now,
No, that's just passing.
wow.
I've been very impressed with his Baker-like ability to escape the rush.
Right.
And all the little ducks under people and keeping his balance and being able to escape.
Yeah.
Extra
That
yards.
has been a welcome.
Yeah.
You know, I've very been impressed by that. I felt like some of these games were, 21 of 34 passing. Like that percentage just
He's
sounds good. to
16.
me.
I mean, this is so unfair to the kid to make this comparison to one of the guys who's really burning it up in the league right now. But he is 2016 Baker. He is not yet 2017
That's
Baker.
a great,
That's a great
great
analogy.
comparison.
Now, I'm not saying he has to even get to 2017 Baker. Like, you could stay about where you are and get a little bit better, and we're going to be fat and happy.
Yeah.
But we do expect a lot out of the guy, and I think he can do it. I agree. That's a good point. He has not
Do you feel
yet
like
got-
nationally, like, what's the Georgia defensive end's name? Pollock.
Yeah.
Pollock said if he had an NFL draft and he was drafting 18 today from scratch, Mateer is who he's taking in all of college football.
How about that?
And then who was on the
Greg McElroy.
Greg McElroy said, I have to agree. That's shocking to me.
Well, and here's my thing with Mateer I think he's looked good. To both
Yeah,
of your
I think he's
points.
looked good.
I think he hasn't had an A game yet. To me, what it looks like is, and again, I know we haven't gotten to SEC play or anything like that. The game still looks like it's moving a little quick for him in certain situations. And I know that's a blanket generalization, but it looks like he's doing some stuff that he's trying to force on occasion, as opposed to doing what we've seen that he's good at when he does it in terms of managing a game and taking what the defense gives him. The misses concern me right now. I think it's fixable in terms of film and
I mean,
everything.
6-7%. I'm
I
complaining with that.
No,
It just
like,
felt to me like
there
it
are
was-
But the misses are big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's certain
Some of those,
situations where
some of
it's
that
like,
67% is a swing pass.
yeah,
And
swing
that-
pass that you're,
pump pass,
yeah,
the
but the
pocket.
swing pass that
Yeah.
you're throwing, 86 miles per hour
Right.
to a running back
Right.
6 yards away, like chill
The
out,
pass
let
that
him
got
go make a
Lewis
play.
hurt, like,
Yeah.
I
Right.
think some of the
Dude, he forced that.
hesitation that he might be having is still just getting on the same page of when a receiver is supposed to stop in zone
Right,
coverage and we're
right.
supposed to continue his route. And
So, yeah, like the Burks where he
I think
throws
he's
it behind
waiting.
him.
I think
Burks
he's
should
trying to
stop.
wait an extra half tick right now to see
Mhm.
what's my guy doing,
Yeah.
and then so he maybe
Well, he's
late.
probably
I'm not-
also adjusting for the quality.
And you
Right,
can see, like,
exactly.
when Burks comes
Not
back to
used
the
to that,
huddle,
yeah.
he's like, man, he's doing like, you
Mm.
should have cut it in more there, or you should have stopped. And he's coaching those guys,
Yeah.
which you love to see.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it as it happens instead
Right.
of waiting for the film room and be like, well, on this coverage, I'm expecting you to stop at this point, and you thought the guy was playing off and you're supposed to go further, and that's why he threw it behind him for an interception against Illinois State and stuff like that. But that obviously will get better as the season goes along, you would expect.
Let me ask you guys this: do you think that this offense is ahead of where we felt Baker and Lincoln were 3 games in?
In 16?
In 15?
15?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, because the Tennessee game, he looked like crap for 3/4.
But I mean, you can lend some of that towards Ben and Mateer being together for the last
which
2
is-
years.
But
right?
what part of the positivity of
Correct.
of
And
the
I'm not
coming
saying
over,
that
like,
I'm not saying that's an
we would hit the
exception. I'm
ground
saying-
running
right.
better than that?
I do think so. And I think you see it twofold, right? You see the adjustment from Ben Arbuckle to the SEC and this type of play, and you see the adjustment from John Mateer. One thing I will say that I don't see John making bad reads. We have missed throws, we have bad throws. I don't see him making the wrong throw.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he hasn't made it just a.
There's
horrendous-
been
what were you looking at?
there's been a couple where it's like, hey, there's a guy streaking down the sideline on that wheel route, like against Michigan.
Yeah.
You're like, if you just look left,
Yeah.
that's a touchdown. That's fine.
I mean, he's got 3
but-
interceptions. 2 of them I feel like were the receiver's fault for not stopping on the route when they were supposed
Right.
to. And then the Countess Lewis that should have probably counted as a fumble
Mhm.
because he caught the ball and got hit and stripped at the same time.
Yeah, he has not thrown any WTFs.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I agree with that.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's a safety been standing there.
And that's what we're so
yeah.
used to is someone on those deep balls that we want
Yeah.
to see lately, chunking down the field. We're all excited. It's like finally deep ball, underthrown, safety undercuts it, or overthrown.
Overthrown, so
Safety-
ridiculous.
safety runs underneath it. And
He
it's like,
catches
what
it.
are we doing?
Like it's a
I
punt.
can think about is some of the throws that Arnold made last year against Tennessee. You were just like, what are you even looking at?
That one to Burks that he just completely airlifted. Oh, God.
So,
Anyways,
anyway,
Good
quarterback
conversation.
play is key. We demand a lot at Oklahoma for
And we should.
quarterback play. We should.
standard time.
We've had a
Go
lot.
look at Heisman Park.
We got Heisman Park, baby. We've had a lot. So I got a trivia question for you. I think you guys are going to get this one. We may have talked about this before. How many Heisman winning players did Bob Stoops coach?
Don't say it out
Wow,
loud.
that's
It's
a
all
trick
count.
question.
It's all count.
I think it's a trick question.
There's got to be +1.
I've got the trick
Yeah, it's a
question.
+1.
Yep.
Danny Warfel.
Yeah, we all knew that.
That does not count.
Okay,
it doesn't
I'm not
count?
counting that.
There is another
He
trick.
was on the coaching staff there, but he did not
Okay.
coach him.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one. That'd be that's next level.
5.
Are you familiar with his XFL?
5 technically.
Where's the fifth? I'm missing the fifth. I'll say 5 from a group thing perspective.
What do you got? Can you name 5?
I can name 4, but I don't know the fifth. So yeah, fine. I'll go with 4 just because I don't know the fifth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the fifth too.
Steve knows that I know. I can see it in his face. Let's just run it down.
No, was there a
Right.
four? Was there a
White,
four? Was there a
Big
4?
Bradford, Baker, Tyler, Caleb Williams.
Caleb.
Oregon
White.
ball game.
Right. Yes, correct.
Good job.
Correct.
Well done.
Caleb
That was a trick
Williams.
question.
Yes,
Well
very good.
done.
Very, very good. Yeah, so
Orpel was pretty funny though.
Werfel was great. I really
That might actually kind of count. I mean, he's
yeah,
on-
yeah, I don't know. I'm debating if I should write that in.
It's actually not
the
bad.
Caleb Williams Oregon game was the trick.
Yeah.
trick of
Yeah,
the question.
exactly.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
No, that's pretty special
Even
too.
though he hadn't won the Heisman yet,
So
but
I don't know if any other head coach can claim that.
I don't. I
Uh,
think Saban would be the second closest, I'd imagine.
has he had that many?
Derrick Henry,
Mark
Mark
Ingram,
Ingram.
Mark Ingram,
the
Tua,
receiver.
did Tua win?
No.
Julius Jones? No.
No.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Did Trent Richardson win a Heisman?
Oh, Trent Richardson might have won a Heisman.
I
And now you got to get to a fifth.
don't think so.
Jalen never won one.
Nobody at LSU
Tua didn't win it.
No
Tua
one
didn't
No one
win
at
it.
LSU. No one at Michigan State. Now, if you said coach, you would have to say in the NFL too, but I don't know if there were any Heisman guys
No,
on those
so.
teams. And not really in the
Dolphins.
spirit of the question. Maybe I should change it to in college. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Trent Richardson won.
I don't think so either.
I think Ingram, Derrick Henry for sure.
Yeah, he's just a nominee.
Devontae Smith for sure.
The
None of
only
the
other
quarterbacks won.
coach I can think would be like a Newt Rodney when
Tua didn't
Notre
win.
Dame used to win
Tua had
every
the
other
Hawaiian
year.
thing and all that. He
I
didn't
think,
win
I
one.
think you're thinking about Marcus Mariota.
Mariota. Hmm.
Tua was there. Tua was nominated.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever won it.
I think Mac Jones was even there.
Tua
Yeah.
would be all over Heisman Trophy commercials if he'd won it.
Oh,
Yeah, two had
Yeah.
one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So what did we say? 3?
5. Huh?
No,
Oh, for Saban, 3. Yeah.
Smith, Ingram, Richardson.
But Stoops counting Caleb Williams is kind of iffy
Yeah.
because he
It-
coached one game in a season that the guy left and won the Heisman the next year.
yeah. He
So
coached.
that's iffy.
Yeah. So the only other thing you could do is if there's
But
something
still,
I'm not thinking of on a transfer, and some guy had all kinds of guys transfer around him. So Lincoln's going to be up there.
Oh, Lincoln's gonna go down, as one of the best quarterback gurus
Ever.
Yeah.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what he does going forward. We'll
I mean, he's
see
got
if
5 guys playing in the NFL.
I'm interested if that's real or if that's fool's gold.
Urban
but-
Meyer coached 2, right? Tim Tebow and Joe Burrow. He coached Joe Burrow at Ohio State. I'm pretty sure.
He never played
That is-
there.
Yeah,
Nobody coached him.
that's true.
I would think coached in a game would be my
Okay. Coached in
technicality.
the game. Okay.
Um,
It's a fun question.
so
Yeah, Lincoln's
I
got
alluded to
five NFL starters.
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah,
Baker, Kyler,
Rattler.
Hurts, Rattler, and Williams.
How about that?
That's
So I'm not
Yes.
sure if SEC USC is real this year or not, but that's a little bit of a foreshadowing of my locks of the week.
Good indicator this week.
So let's just turn to that.
Okay.
It's a good time to get to some real hardcore predictions. So let's talk about the locks of the week.
The realest deal. Locks of the week.
So the locks of the week, we got a guest picker. Who's the guest picker this year? Well, actually, do you want to hear the statistics?
Sure.
Yeah. Can we
Good
get
week.
that, can we get
All
that
right.
over with, please?
So last week, Steve 2-1, Connor 1-2, Lucas 2-1, listener 1-2. For the season, Steve 4-1, Connor 3-6, Lucas
What?
5-4,
Steve 4-1. What are you talking about?
4-5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Connor 3-6, Lucas 5-4, listener 3-6, and that's all we're gonna say about that. Oh wait, there's Jay. Jay was 3-0 last week.
That's right, baby.
Our picking savant, he's 8-1 in the season, which is pulling up our group average. We're 20-16, not including the listener. That's pretty impressive that we selected you as someone who could come in and pick locks of the week for the rest of us.
I've got to apologize.
I love
for
it.
My lack of production.
Everybody had a winning record last week except Connor. I don't know
That's
what the deal is.
that's the theme of the season. Hey, if it means OU keeps winning games,
Hey, I'll take it.
I'll take 1
You
or
can
2
pick
all
against
year.
every, but yeah.
I don't know. I won't.
And we've had some narrow ones. It's funny though. My narrow ones lose. Your narrow ones win.
That's right, baby.
I don't like that. Well, I
Right.
like it for you. I'm not against you, but I want to win some of the narrow ones. So that's no good. So we got a listener who's picking this week. Who's our listener, and what are his picks?
Joshua.
Joshua.
Does he go by Joshua or does he go by Josh?
He goes by Josh.
Okay.
So that's two Joshes we
Well, we
said.
had a Josh, so I added Joshua.
Well, is his name Joshua? I want to get it right in the records.
We'll go to
Now I got it. All right.
We'll just go with Jay Schwa.
Dishwa.
J2. Yeah.
What do you got?
Joshua 2. He is taking Michigan -1.5 versus Nebraska.
Good for him.
NC State +3.5 over Duke. I like that one. Oregon -34.5 versus Oregon State.
I like that
That's a
too.
good pick. Damn, Josh. Damn, Josh 2.0.
Good picks, Josh 2.0.
Jay Schwab.
I like those.
Jay
The
Schwa-
Michigan game's got special
Yeah, have a
meaning
different-
for us as a program ourselves. Well, let's go top to bottom. That way we can end with the winner. I'm gonna go Sooners -6.5 against Auburn. I feel real confident in this pick. And you're gonna see when my prediction comes out on the score. I don't know, guys. I see
72-10.
I love 6.5 because there's 72-12.
4 field goals. for
Um,
Auburn.
I'm not picking that, but I'm telling you, I love 6.5. 6.5 is dynamite. I expect it to move up from there.
What did it open at? It opened
4.5.
at
4.5.
Yeah, so move 2 points.
All right.
Why don't you like that at 4.5?
Well, I should have. Here's one I don't like, but I'm picking it. USC -17.5 against Michigan State. I just don't think much of Michigan State. I think USC might have what it takes to get this done. I believe that's in Southern Cal.
It is.
Yeah.
And you know what time that game kicks off Eastern?
Is
For
it
Michigan- for
9:30?
Michigan State fans?
What?
That game kicks off at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
They put out a press release, USC begging their fans
Begging
to
fans
the
to
game.
come to the game.
That's
we
pathetic.
need you now more than ever.
That's pathetic.
11
The
PM
season
for
ticket
your
holders are the
kickoff.
backbone of our team.
Can you
Not
imagine
local.
having a
Not
watch
local.
party?
But yeah, it would be
It would be
incredible.
kind of fun.
It would
Yeah.
be incredible.
They
The
would kick you
5
out-
a.m. pod would
They would
suck.
kick you out of the bar before the game's over. If
Yeah,
it's at
that's
2
right.
a.m.
No, I don't know what
They'll be like, oh, it's
I don't know when the bars close in
if
Michigan,
it's
but
if
here
it's
they
2,
would.
Yeah, it'd be like, sorry, but there's still a half a quarter to go. You guys
Oh,
gotta
would
go.
we get special consideration? Like if we played Hawaii, would they do something different?
No.
Um,
Able Commission ain't hooking us up.
No, they suck. So then I've got Memphis getting 7.5 against Arkansas. Arkansas is not real. They are not a real football.
They've had some controversy come out this week too in terms of some of the stuff their coaches
That's
said.
in Memphis too.
So I like some home
It's a fun
teams.
game.
I like the home teams. Connor, what do you got?
All right. Let the loser speak. I'm gonna have to ride the Broncos. I've got Boise.
State, Boise State. Boise's not
State.
very good.
Apologies.
Is Boise a state?
For me, I should
Okay. Does that work?
probably differentiate
Boise
it.
State?
Boise State giving 10 against Air Force.
Gonna be a ground game. Air Force is no good in that.
Correct. I think Florida sucks. I think DJ Lagaway
5 interceptions.
not
They only lost by 10.
correct.
At Death Valley with 5 interceptions.
Correct.
That
What
means
does that
Florida's
say-
defense is pretty good.
What does that say about LSU though? I've got Miami giving 7.5 against Florida. That game is in Miami as well, I believe. Is that in Miami or is that in the Swamp? That's at the Swamp. Is it?
No, it's in Miami.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in Miami.
Game
Game
days
days there.
It's
Yeah.
in the state of Florida. I know that.
of
Last
Alabama.
pick. I was really up in the air. I've got Illinois getting 6 against Indiana.
So I liked Indiana when it first came out, who was giving just 3.5.
Right.
And then I had to scratch that one when the line moved as much as it did.
So
I
if
mean,
I
the
could-
9 team in the country getting 6.5 points is pretty wild.
But if I could retroactively go, I think those two teams are so similar in nature
Yeah.
in terms of what they are in the Big Ten. Like,
Just because of their names.
Very- well, they do both start with I. That's very good of you. It's very smart, Lucas.
They have multiple eyes in their name.
I think they're upper middle class of the Big Ten right now.
Right.
I don't
Which
think
is not
they're-
saying much.
No.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting game. I kind of surprised that after the Florida loss last week that game day decided to go down to Miami instead of wherever Illinois and Indiana are playing? I'm not sure
No,
which one.
because I think they see it. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Miami.
ESPN doesn't have Big Ten games, so that's a reason.
Oh, it's Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Noon Kickoff will be
Yeah, I mean, come
And
on.
then Cook-Off is Utah
Texas
versus
Tech.
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech.
Which is a better game.
Yep.
It's probably a better game, but you're looking at Miami. That's their one chance to get down to Miami and cover them. Miami's a real title contender or a playoff contender. So I see going to that game.
Yeah.
Plus, it's SEC connection. So I'm not
Oh, I'm just
Miami,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm just mad that mad that we got the freaking
2:30.
the primetime spot stolen, the nighttime
Yeah.
primetime spot stolen
Yeah.
from us. Like I think we might be the best matchup.
I
of
think we're the
weekend
best-
today.
Yeah, but
storyline.
when they come out earlier in the year with all the time slots, we weren't even available.
We were a flex. We were a
We
flex
were,
for the
we were
6
flex
o'clock.
between 2:30 and 5.
Oh, 5?
We were that weird in between.
Okay. Gotcha.
It wasn't the 6:30 or whatever the game.
Interesting.
It surprises me. If
So
you
who's the
told
other
me,
conference?
That's
Miami and Florida.
it's Miami and Florida. Get the nighttime.
so
game.
if you told me that we're both 3-0 and looking as good as we have, I would have thought we would have gotten that primetime spot. They'd make the move to make it happen, but I don't know.
Yeah, they could have still gone to game day in Miami and then just
And they
gave us the
made
nice
it
spot.
the slot.
I would have rather taken a freaking 6 o'clock on ESPN game, but they don't want to compete with Miami, Florida.
Well, the
That's
good
what it is.
news, the
6 o'clock, the 6
luck of the
o'clock
Sooners
ESPN
or whatever,
spot,
the weather looks like it may work for us. That it's just going to be overcast, and then the rain, if there's any, will come later.
It's all 89 degrees.
It's gonna be
Shut off.
It's gonna be hot, dude.
But it overcast. It might not be too bad.
It might just be ridiculously humid.
Yeah, it's still summer, guys. It's still summer.
All right, I have
What do you got?
Michigan -1.5 at Nebraska.
Yep.
I
You and
think
Worcester.
who'd they play last week? Central Michigan.
Yes, beat the.
So they
boots
killed them
off of
63-3. They finally maybe got their offense rolling. They let Underwood run a little bit, whereas they did in the first 2 games. Really, he didn't run at all the first week, and then against us, a couple scrambles, but didn't run him. But last week they actually let him run some.
That sucks. That game runs in parallel with ours.
And then I've got Vandy -26.5 against Georgia State.
like that.
Pavia's for real. There's going to be a Heisman push for him for as long as they keep winning games.
Hmm.
So he's going to keep running up scores. And then I've got
What do you got?
the Oklahoma Sooners
Yeah, baby.
-6.5 against Auburn.
Yeah, baby.
Against my better judgment.
Get it all in. Get it all in.
Against my better
Push it in the middle, baby. Yeah, there we go. All the chips in the middle of the table. It's go time.
It scares
I
me.
love it.
Why would I pick OU, dude? Come on.
Jay,
I picked them the first game and they
tell
lost.
us 3 winners.
I mean, we didn't.
I don't know if I can tell you 3 winners.
Well, I hope you can't do one because I know your picks.
Yeah, nothing jumped out at me. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take the opposite of you, Steve. I'm taking
No.
Arkansas -7.5. Or
How
something.
dare you?
I think their quarterback is maybe the second best quarterback in the SEC.
I think it's a get back
He
game.
is very good.
He's better than Pavia and Mateer
No,
Here's
Tier
one.
1.
Here's one.
and Nussmeyer.
I'm not that high on Nussmeier.
I'm not that high
high.
on Nussmeier either.
Nussmeier's good.
I like the Georgia Tech quarterback.
That's not in the SEC.
I know, but I'm just
Yeah.
talking about quarterbacks that are legit.
Yeah, Haynes King. is
Haynes
good.
King looks
The
good.
closest thing to Tim Tebow since Tim Tebow.
I don't like Tim Tebow. Overrated.
Great.
I'm gonna
Great
take,
college quarterback.
I'm gonna take Oregon -34.5 versus Oregon State. I think Dan Lanning. It's a rivalry game. Oregon State's not any good, and Oregon loves to just pummel people.
And they love to run it up.
They didn't
Dan
last week
Lanning
because
is
they
not
threw me.
great.
They just love to.
They didn't last week. They screwed me on covering.
That was really
That's my
interesting.
one loss.
This is a rival though. If they have a chance to bury them, I just
So,
think they'll bury 'em.
Maybe he feels sorry for them because they're barely in the conference.
To me, Oregon is still a little bit undetermined or indeterminate
That's the
because
same story every year.
I think
they-
they're good.
I think they're good. I think they're good. I don't know they're good.
Well,
I
guess
They
don't
what?
haven't played anybody.
I don't think Dante Moore is as good as Gabriel, but their defense is better this year than it was.
Well, guess
I
who
think
they,
Dante Moore is more explosive than Gabriel.
guess who they get the next
He
2
doesn't
weeks?
throw it.
Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
tough for them.
They're at Penn State, and then they host Indiana.
See, I did not look ahead. That worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, what else you got?
I'm taking Missouri -10.5 for South Carolina.
Is that an anti-South Carolina? Is that a pro-Missouri? What is going on?
It is I'm not counting on Lenore Sellers playing pick.
So it's
Okay.
anti-South Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that pick as well.
I really don't feel confident at all with all three.
You never
You
do.
always say that.
So we don't care.
Other times I feel good.
Oh, right. Okay. Uh-huh.
Listeners, if you're making your locks,
I love
hope
it.
you tuned
He's
in.
hedging because he knows that eventually he won't be 3-0.
Yeah.
So he can say, here's why I lost that one game. Whatever.
Douchebag.
That's ridiculous. All right. Well, what do you got for a prop bet of the week?
Nothing crazy. Jackson Arnold has 4 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Thought you were about to say in this game. It's like,
No.
holy.
No.
Oh my God.
Over under 4.
Yeah. Over under half a touchdown.
Rushing?
Rushing.
Rushing.
Do we let Jackson Arnold get in the end zone with his legs?
I'm gonna say yes. 1 touchdown. On a bulldozer style play. He's just gonna take it, drop back, look for a hole, and
So you're going to
Push
say
that down.
over. Okay. I'm going to say over as well because I like the half. If you said 1.5, I'd take the under. I think that there's just too many chances he gets down close and he's the guy
They just
to-
don't run anything
to,
else.
to do. Yeah, like it could be 3 runs and eventually he figures it out. What do you got, Connor?
Under.
Under. I love it. If it's under, we win the game.
Correct. I think we're gonna win the
I
game.
was gonna go with you. Same thing. I'm going under.
Dude, we lost
I-
last week.
Yeah, last week it was
No,
the
but
same
it's-
deal.
I think we're shutting him down. I think that's the last thing we want to let him do.
I hope both of you were right. And we hope we were agreeing, Lucas and I last week, and we hoped you guys were right, but we were right and you were wrong about the turnovers. For the season so far, I'm 2-1. Lucas is 2-1. You guys are 1-2 for 6-6 on prop bets of the week. So yeah, that's
Struggling, brothers. This is rough.
well, that's how good we do with prop bets. Those
It
are
is.
really
They're
fair,
good
good
lines.
prop, and I think they're really every time we picked a good prop bet, like it's gonna be how the game goes.
Mine was pretty soft.
It's no,
Okay.
I think that was important for the whole season, to tell you the truth. It's
Yeah.
like, where are we running game? And then on these others, it's like, this is really important to see how good we are and if we can win this football game. Speaking of winning this football game, let's see what our predictions are. Let's close out with that, unless you guys have something else to talk about before we get these predictions in.
No.
Who wants to lead us off?
I'll go.
All right.
I have Oklahoma. I'm going conservative on this one.
I texted the green.
27-17.
27-17, a 10-point victory.
I hope we don't
Keeping-
give up 17 points.
Keeping your, I don't see how it's possible we
I
give
hope
up
it's
17.
35-0.
Well, of course.
Well, no, you'd probably have us. You,
I got it
you
a
would
little
like
closer.
60.
Are we picking
Maybe
the
not.
first quarter score?
I got a little closer.
Yeah, you do.
27-20. Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
I thought you had 72-12.
Yeah, I have you down for
Hedging,
70.
post-game
72
I have you down for
72
72-12.
It's I told you so.
If you if you can't remember,
Let me
saying
take.
it,
All right,
then
I want to. I'm going to
That's-
come up with a. If it hits, I'm gonna. Okay. All right, that's
Yeah,
a
what do I get
60-point
for
victory.
72-12?
All
What
right.
do I get?
No, I'll give you this.
This house.
Not quite that house. I'll get. All right, if we win by 60, I'll give you $100.
I'll match.
I will match as well.
Listeners, you're also matching. Let's roll this up.
Retirement coming. Connor, what do you got?
I've got 31-10 or 17. Sorry,
Yeah, you got
31-17.
31-17, I believe. 31-17.
31-17. I don't think the 17. I think it's you get something late in the game. I think that's like I think Auburn gets 10 and it's relatively stagnant. And then there's
Right.
You get like a
late
Gus Malzahn scoring at the end of a bowl game.
Yeah, just like scrap time crap.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze
That was the
jab
cheapest crap. Called timeout with like 3 seconds left to try to punch it in.
and throw
So
a
the
jump pass.
score didn't look so bad.
You throw a jump pass.
What was it? 30, it was like 38-13 at that point or something like
I think
that.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
And then-
38-20.
Yeah, it was Bush League.
We
That was
we
the
dominated
last-
that game.
I thought about having this as a question for this week. Like who was the last opponent to score on Bob Stoops? That happened to be Auburn.
That is false.
It's false.
Oregon.
Oregon.
Against Bob Stoops. And Auburn.
You would have got
Auburn-
your own question right.
Yep. An Auburn
crazy.
idiot posted that.
It
and said,
doesn't
we
count.
forced Bob Stoops to retire, blah, blah, blah. But,
Forced him
Nope.
to retire.
or, yeah.
Okay, I could have said before retirement.
But that's the stupidest comment ever. In our
Yeah.
loss, we forced
Yeah,
him to
exactly.
retire. That had to be being funny, right?
Well, I don't think
That
it
bowl-
was.
that bowl
but
game-
I think
it was just.
That
it was just-
interim coaching game
it was a troll.
is a blank on my book.
Well, you guys are right. Let's see, Connor's right about the halftime score for OU, 31. It'll be 31-7 at halftime. We're gonna end 45-10. Sooners are rolling. A la Texas A&M, Miami, Tennessee, Florida State, those teams that roll in with big names, big hopes, and we just dash them, and the Sooners establish themselves. This is the game when this happens, 45-10.
You win
I like
45-10, you're probably the number 6 or 7 team in the country.
We should be, absolutely. I kind of hope we aren't. I hope we get no respect.
I agree.
Hope we're 8 and 45-10 and we're like mad as hell. And we win the bye week, probably 100-0.
And the Kent State doesn't count.
Yeah, and Kent State doesn't
But
count.
we don't move going into Texas.
Yeah, and then we just roll Texas.
That's a
up.
good question though,
So-
and maybe it's premature. You win this game, Kent State, you're gonna win. You go into, do we go into Texas
Favored.
higher ranked than what they are?
Depends on what they do against Florida.
Yeah, they play Florida.
But
But what does that
it's
mean?
got to
in
be
that
tight. I mean,
It still means something.
they've got a loss. We've got a 5-0 record at that point.
Okay, and we've got wins against Michigan and
They're
Auburn.
the home team. They get to wear burnt orange.
I don't think that figures into the
I don't-
ranking.
yeah.
That's a +2 on the
I
Vegas
don't
scale.
think so. Uniforms.
That doesn't really work like that.
I like to look it up. I bet we actually have a really good record against them in their home unis. I know we do in their last 20 years because we have a good record against them, period. I'm going to have a question coming up for the listeners on X about what our toughest games remaining are. And I'm telling you guys, Texas is not up there.
No.
Arch,
They don't make the list of 4.
they make the list of 4,
They do?
but I only
No,
get 4 choices.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So they do make
So
the
you'll
list.
have
They
to
make
like
the
you'll
list
have to
of
do like a Tennessee/Alabama as one choice.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking about just putting 4 out there.
You can't. They're not in the
Texas is
top
on-
4 right now.
The way they
They're
look,
not. Ole Miss is a tough.
Well, here's the problem.
Tennessee,
Ole Miss is a-
Bama, Ole Miss, and LSU.
So how do I frame it
Yeah.
though? Because
even South Carolina maybe.
it's not fair to say
Yeah,
think
anybody
Texas
flat
is South
because
Carolina.
the interpretation
There it is.
depends on what's on.
is difficult because people could say, is that both of them? Is that either of them?
yeah.
So I don't know how to frame it because they're limiting us to 4 choices. So I don't know.
We can make it a bracket.
Maybe I
make it a
leave it
bracket
right off.
post.
There we go. A bracket post. I love it. I don't know. So
People love brackets.
I'm looking ahead and I don't know.
You
I'm
are
so
looking ahead with
optimistic.
that
I'm
45-10 score.
it's
No, that's looking at the.
Even-
He has no,
That's looking at the.
he's
map.
talking
I'm
about
telling
no
you,
stress.
27
Saturday.
27-20. Jay's right. We win. We're 5-0 going into Texas. Are we not all looking ahead at how solid this is? Are we not a pick 'em against Texas, if not better? If Arch doesn't show something, now maybe Arch gets over whatever it is. Maybe it's mental, maybe it's physical, and he gets over it and like he heals. I don't know. He gets a bye week, but I'm
Hey,
telling
nobody
you,
takes pictures of you when you're sitting on the toilet.
yeah, that's right.
Arch has Crohn's, so no disrespect to any listeners.
I tell you what, I wish the ESPN would let the sign if they're at if game day is at the OU Texas games and
There's
the
way
sign-
too many poop signs, dude. I don't even like that word.
Yeah.
Somebody will have,
It's like there's
somebody having
gonna
to
be
be
a
on
lot
the start,
of signs.
sitting on a toilet, making the most excruciating face.
Sorry, this is the wildest statement. Anyways, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun weekend though. I mean, last thing, relative to Michigan game. How do you guys feel in terms of just the
I think the crowd will be
Important.
louder
yeah.
at this game than they were at Michigan.
Yes,
because
I
of
agree.
Jackson Arnold.
I agree. I agree. And in a midday
Which is
game,
saying a lot.
And I don't have. They've been talking on the radio all week. What's OU fans' reaction? Are they going to boo him? Blah blah blah.
Yes.
I will boo him, not because he's a bad person, not because he left us,
He's
but
the enemy.
because he was so bad last year
yeah,
that he crumbled under the expectations that we all had for him.
No, I boo the
And
enemy.
that's what I'm booing.
I boo
Right.
the enemy.
it's not
It
the
doesn't
same.
matter who you
There
are.
are different kinds of boos. People need to understand the nuance of a boo. It's not all the same.
I don't hate you,
Yeah,
but
like
I'm
we,
not rooting for you.
like I boo the team coming out. It's not like I'm wishing evil upon them. I just don't want them to win. I want them to know they're in hostile territory.
Yeah, I don't want Jackson Arnold to get hurt, but I hope he throws 3 interceptions.
Right. I hope.
I said it last night to you guys in a text. I want to ruin his life as a collegiate player, not physically, but I want to make him second guess everything that he is doing as a quarterback in college football.
I wouldn't mind
Well,
if
Seth
he
Patrone might have
has
already done that.
a great rest
add
of the
to it.
season. If as long as he has a really horrific game against Oklahoma,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, he may help us and knock off.
He might.
Knock off
You know,
Bama.
He might knock off a lot of guys who are in that
who
contention,
knows?
but it's not going to matter because we're going to be 12-0. So we got a lot to talk about coming up on the post game as we're celebrating our giant victory. Until then, Boomer.
Sooner.